I'm standing here before you in this capacity only because of the patience and care my Guru took in teaching me this art form. Even though he's no longer physically present in this world, his legacy continues today and would be a very proud moment for him with Sri Hari's performance today. I would like to thank Vidwan Sri Srivalsamanan sir and my dear friend Vidwan Sri Jaishankar Balan for encouraging and supporting Sri Hari in his performance today. And Sri Hari is indeed blessed to have such accomplished musicians supporting him today. Now a few words about Sri Hari. Sri Hari has always been a very motivated, bright, and hardworking student. What more can a teacher ask for? Whenever he ran into difficulty with a lesson, he would ask, I should be able to brute force this, right? My answer was always, of course you can. And what he meant by brute force was repeated practice. And Sri Hari, you have brute forced your way to this point and keep it going to achieve even greater heights. And Sri Hari's success in this journey would not have been possible without the passionate support of his parents, Bindu and Baiju, as well as his aunt and uncle, Bini and Binu. I will say that passion for Mridangam runs in the Panicker family, with two more Panickers aspiring to follow the example set by Sri Hari. The more Panickers are Sri Ram and Sri Kesh. I think Lord Nandishwara, the god of Mridangam, has planted the seed of passion for this art form in the Panicker family. I wish them all continued success and joy in this journey. With that, I would like to invite Sri Hari's parents, Bindu and Baiju, onto the stage and conduct the rest of the ceremonies. Thank you.
Rajashekar said Bindu and Baiju are the biggest force behind Sri Hari's passion for Mridangam. The truth is, it's not us. It's my sister, Bini, and my brother. I think they are the real force behind it. So we, Bindu and I, would like to, even this program would not have been possible without them driving this. I took the privilege of saying that I delegated to them, but they had done everything. So I would like to invite my brother. I call him as my older son. My sister, I call her as my older daughter, Bini and Binu, to say few words about their own son, Sri Hari.
Namaskaram. Good evening, all of you. Thank you for coming. This day, I think we've been imagining how this day would be for many, many years. And I really want to, I don't know how to tell him that I used to be a person that will never say, Sri Hari, you played good. So he will always come back and ask me, what did I do as a mistake? So I won't say mistake, I would say, I don't know, I want you to be better than this, I want you to be better than this. I think today I can tell him, you played really well. Yes, Baiju was saying a lot of the credit goes to in the family. Binny, no matter what, I think when he was 3 years old, Binny will just keep him and ask him to sing, and he doesn't want to sing. But Binny will try to force him to sing something in Carnatic music, but he will not sing. And then she was trying to figure out, no, something has to be there. Maybe he's into percussion, maybe he's into violin. We should try something else. I think the big force for all the 4 kids, if they are into Carnatic music, is just because of Binny.
I cannot stand here without tears in my eyes. I'm so proud of you, baby. Really. We are, like as a family, we are very proud of having such a brilliant kid as our older sibling, which is hard for the younger siblings to match up with him. And he himself says that, I feel so bad about it, you know? Bad about all of you guys being my younger sibling. So there was a day, as Binu said, we have experienced that he didn't have one free day to go to Mridangam class. That was when he was in 4th grade or 5th grade, right? Sri Hari? You know, every day he has some or the other things. He never had any free day to go to Mridangam class. And now I see, like last few years, I see that he comes all the way from Ann Arbor on Sunday afternoon for Mridangam class, and he goes back on the same day. So, which is the utmost dedication to the art form. Sri Hari, we are very proud of you. And also, I remember, you know, your mom making you practice, ask you to sit for 20 minutes to practice, right? And he'll say that, okay, Amma, it is already 20 minutes. Can I go? Can I pack up? And now it is like 8 hours a day he practices. 8 hours. I was staying in his house and I could hear the Mridangam play at 3 a.m. in the morning. So that kind of dedication this kid has towards that art form. And we are thankful to the gurus. We are all thankful to the gurus like Jaisingam and Sri Rajshekhar Atmakuri for showing him the right path. And definitely all credit goes to my sister and my brother who pushed him hard, and then he started adopting it as something of his own and taking it to himself and, you know, nurturing it. So very much thankful. And when everybody says that it's me, there is a no, it's not me. It is my mother and my father, who had no musical background at all. They have never even heard one artist live, or they have not heard Carnatic music live at all. We are from a village where there was only bhajanas, small bhajanas that used to happen. From there, my mom, being a headmistress of a school, she found that, you know, if I am put into Carnatic music or in some level of classes, you know, there should be. So I think she was the visionary, and my father supported with whole heart, and they are the reason that we are doing a little bit, you know, in this Carnatic music. Thank you very much, Mommy and Papa.
I'll take 1 minute to thank my guru, sir, Sri Wilson Menon. I don't know, we have a very special relationship. When he agreed that he will come here, he did not even ask how many years, what he learned or anything. He just said, and he could only come here for 5 days. I know how busy he is. I cannot thank him at all. As a family, we are very close to him, but sir, thanks a lot. Similarly, Rajshekhar, I think it was a big blessing that you are in Detroit. Not only for Srihari, all the Sriharis are probably many more geniuses in this country after many years with teachers and people like us who are dedicated to this music. I think this will sustain, this is our lineage. I think we owe this back to the community. These kind of things should happen so that this music, this life, this way of thinking sustains. Thank you all for that. Thank you very much. Let me invite a couple of my family. First of all, Binny's parents, my parents too, Achan and Amma, Papa and Mummy. We went through a very difficult time, but God's grace, they are here. And this is I think Srihari's blessing that they could be here, not any one of us. So Papa and Mummy, come forward. And my cousin sister, Veena. Vikas, Unikrishna.
This is nothing but a blessing of God, goddess. This mala, it is a Parashakti temple. It is for Parashakti temple. I am just putting to my grandson. It is only a beginning for him, I think. Let him be a big Kalagar, Mudangist.
Good evening all. Some of you know me, but some of you don't. So I'm Srihari's my nephew. So he introduces me as aunt to everyone. And he says I'm the coolest aunt. So I'm not going to talk here anything about music because I'm anywhere closely related to it. So I'm just going to keep it simple. So I came to Detroit first, like when Srihari was 10 years or so, and that was my first time in US too. So when I went to meet him first, there was this icebreaker thing, so I didn't know what to do to get along with the US kids, because Indian kids are a little easy. So my question to his dad was, what should I get him? And then there was one video game that he was like dying to have, which I still cannot pronounce. So he teases me even now that I cannot pronounce that name. So those were the days when I used to come from New Jersey, and while going back, these kids used to cry, like Sriram and Srihari, because I'm going back. So that time I realized that, cool, a video game could do a lot of things. So this is that Srihari who's grown up into a handsome, talented kid, who calls himself Lord. And what do you say? This is a very special occasion, and I feel so honored and privileged to be here, that I'm able to be a part of. I wouldn't have missed this for anything in the world, literally. So it's a great honor to be here. It's a great honor to actually meet Srivalsan sir, Kunji's violin sir, whom I have heard a lot about. I've seen him on Skype, but it's a great honor to meet everyone here. And thank you all for coming. And Lord Srihari, stay as you are, simple and humble.
Hi everyone, I'll try and keep it brief. There's always so much to say with Srihari, so please bear with me. Now, I believe that each and every person is born with three possessions. They have one mind, they have one body, and they have one soul. And within those three, there's harmony and there's totality. And within those three, we are complete beings. We feel complete, we feel whole. And for me, I thought that I was one such person, that I was whole and that I was complete. And it turns out I was wrong. And that in and of itself is a problem, but the real issue was that I was moving through life completely unaware of this fact, just living in ignorance. And I was living like that for 16 years, until the second year of high school, when I met Sri Hari. Now, it was right after math class. I remember the bell ringing, and I put all my stuff in my backpack, and I walked out with a group of friends, and then up walks Sri Hari. And I'll never forget it. He was wearing a sweater vest, and he always walks around with only one strap of his backpack, because he thinks it looks a lot cooler than shoe straps. And we were talking about something, I don't actually remember what, and it was high school, so it couldn't have been that important. But we were talking, and we were laughing, and Sri Hari was just being Sri Hari, you know? And then eventually the conversation died down, and he walked away. And, you know, I turned to one of my other friends, and I gestured towards Sri Hari, and I said, wow, I do not like that guy. I did not like that guy. And that was my first impression of Sri. And the thing is, and I feel like every single person who's met Sri Hari can understand this, he's a lot, you know, he is a lot. He's got a big personality, and he has this big voice and this big laugh, and he's just, physically, he's big, he's really big. And sometimes that can almost feel like too much. But there's this really strange thing about Sri Hari. He has this type of gravity, this magnetism. And the longer you spend around him, the more you just feel drawn in. And you feel drawn into his intellect, to his kindness, to his loyalty, to his humor, and to his heart. And I certainly was. And you know, every single day I thank God for that first meeting with Sri Hari, because truly that was the day I met my best friend in the world. It was the day I met my brother. It was the day I found that missing piece to my soul. And you know, Sri Hari, whenever I'm with you, every single day, I feel complete. I want you to know that. Thank you so much. I'd like to call Sri Panicker up.
That was a phenomenal speech, Vivek. I don't know how I'm going to follow it up, but I usually make a lot of jokes about my brother and how much I'm better than him. But today I'm going to be a little more soft, be a little more serious, because I don't get the chance like this to talk to him like this. Now, earlier today, I gave a quote by Kanye West, which I'm going to reiterate at this moment because I think it matters a lot. And the quote again was, people always tell you, be humble, be humble. But when was the last time someone told you to be amazing, be great, be awesome? Now, when there's any obstacle in any character story, I think that overwhelming confidence is one of the few keys to success. Now, in almost any situation, Sri Hari has been that character who has utilized his almost too overwhelming sense of confidence to surpass any obstacle. Now, I truly believe that this confidence is the reason my brother has attained such high levels of success in whatever he's done and became the phenomenal role model that I desire to become. I remember vividly as I entered high school and my brother entered college. It's truly when our relationship went from an abusive brotherhood to a true friendship. We began to speak about our personal lives, share things that we never shared before, and I truly believe that it was truly one of the most transitions in both of our lives. Because he began to teach me the importance of self-belief, whether it was a test, an important interview, or just truly about feeling good about yourself throughout the day. He would explain that innate sense of self-confidence allows you to break down any obstacle and find the quickest, easiest, and the way that uses the least effort to go over that obstacle. A roaring sense of confidence is undefeatable, and my brother Sri Hari truly embodies that motto like no other. I think we should put a hand on it. And one final message I would tell him is just always be amazing, be great, be awesome, because that's what you've taught me every day. Thank you.
My brother is amazing, and he never goes back on his promises. He never ever is he's always caring, and he's always loving, and he'd never do nothing Never mind, do come he'd do anything for me, and he always tries to teach me new things, and I love him, and he's amazing, and yeah.
Now, we would like to take a couple of seconds to honor the guests and musicians. So I would like to invite Guru Rajshekhar to the stage.
Great job, Sri Hari. Wonderful. And for those of you who don't know the other side of this young man, it's all good, guys. You know, I keep talking to him on and off because I gravitate towards kids who kind of do the extra mile. And this young man seems to be at the top of that list. So for those of you who don't know, and even for those who do know, he's got 6 weeks of rest, and then he's off to Kochi on a Fulbright scholarship to work in Kochi. And again, this doesn't happen to even the nerdiest of kids. Not to say you are a nerd, but that's okay. It's still cool. So it makes me very proud when I see kids in the community who not only excel in academics, and that's expected, right kids? Right? All you parents, what, you just got a 4.28? What happened to the other 4.6, right? So either ways, jokes apart, Sri Hari, job well done. Academically, I know you'll do very well, but don't forget to have fun, right? I know I had a chance to talk to him offline the last few days, talking about life and talking about how to approach music, and I think if you can take away one thing is the element of having fun, because that is what makes you complete. So have fun, have big dreams, be humble, and I'm sure you'll be a success. Congratulations.
Now, I would like to invite my most sensible girl in our family, Sri Lakshmi Panicker. She doesn't talk much, but once she starts, she doesn't stop, but I'll let you speak a bit.
Right. Well, I don't even know where to start when I say this, but, well, I think we're both, me and Sri Hari, we're both in like the same situation. We play an instrument, right? We balance that with school, and we balance that with everything. And he's the one who's kind of taught me to enjoy everything I play. And there's just some days where I'll play the violin and he'll play the mridangam, and we'll just like jam together, you know, and it'll be like a lot of fun, you know, and it's just one of those things that I can enjoy. And then along with that, he's also taught me, you know, like how to balance like life with school and just random advice here and there while like cracking jokes the whole time. And I just appreciate that so much, because that I have like a role model like that in my life that I can look up to for advice like this, who also knows the situation I'm in. So thank you, and I love you.
I would like to take a minute to invite Guru Madhuri Sundar to come to stage for a minute.
So,
before Rajshekhar molded him into a Kacheri artist that you witnessed, and unfortunately I just missed it. Srikari, if you go back in time, about 15 years ago, he was about half his height. He came to me first, and thank you for Bindu and Baiju for entrusting him at the time. So I had the pleasure of starting the Mridangam lessons with him. And then I just witnessed his witty, jovial jokes. He was right from the start. And one of the problems is he will just go around. If I tell him, he find a way not to do it the hard way. I remember I was teaching him how to play the din. That's a really difficult stroke in Mridangam. And then that's one of the strokes why 50% of the students leave the Mridangam class after 2 weeks. But eventually we got to that. Then you're supposed to bounce the index finger, and then he got to get the same sound by bouncing the middle finger. And I was trying to tell him, hey, he said, I like the sound, it's okay, don't worry about it. But I see eventually Rajshekhar has put a strong foot down and then made him play beautiful din out of that. And one day I think Bindu introduced his grandparents and the loving people, and I could see in their eyes the aspiring, the young Mridanga Chakravarti they wanted to see in Srikari. But then I was in the class, the story is different. He's relaxed, and I said, let's fix the date for the class. He said, well, Monday is beginning of the week. Friday, this is all Srikari is saying when he was just 7 years old to me. Friday is end of the week. Tuesday and Thursday I have karate class. And weekends, he has something else. Wednesday is the only day I have free day, and I didn't want to do anything. That was the Srikari then. But you see how he found the passion for Mridangam, and then he kept practicing, and luckily under the guidance of Rajshekhar, he evolved into a Kacheri artist. And I'm really sorry I missed the wonderful Kacheri because my wife came from this one in the middle, and then she said she didn't want to leave this concert. She has to come back to the dance Aranghetram I was playing. I was rushing back here to actually catch a Tukra or the Tilrana, but anyways, I missed it. Missed the wonderful playing by Srivatsan and Jaishankar Balan, accompanied by Srikari. Thank you all.
So, hello concert, right? Thank you guys all for coming, first and foremost. Funny thing is, I'm still kind of nervous. It's easy to understand the concept of a community, of friends, of a support system, but seeing it all come together is something entirely different. I'm not nervous because I'll make a mistake talking. I mean, people who know me know I do plenty of talking as it is. Those who don't know me are kind of missing out, but how do I say this? I'm nervous because of what was done today wasn't done in a vacuum by myself. It was a product of countless hours from myself, families, friends, well-wishers, supporters, you name it. To place me at the epicenter of all this seems somewhat narcissistic, but it's the exact opposite. It's humbling. Thank you all for believing in me. I'm nervous because I can always believe in myself, but I don't want to disappoint those who have believed in me. So thank you guys, first and foremost. So typically, vote of thanks speeches are just lists of people that are mechanically regurgitated as if a mention of their name is enough, to thank them, for their efforts. Easier to write than easier to talk about. Why should I be any different? No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to take my time with this because everyone else has put so much of theirs, in this event. If you have anywhere to be, please leave now, but be warned, it's probably going to be like the most entertaining, funniest part of the night. So, I want to start with God. At first, I thought Krishna was playing a kind of funny joke on me. I was 5'2", legally blind, one donut away from being obese. But growing up, I couldn't be more thankful for all the blessings that I have in my life. Every single one, right? For every privilege, for every opportunity, for every inch of height, I'm beyond grateful. Thank you, God, first and foremost. Then we have my grandparents. Mommy and Papa, to me, I cannot comprehend you guys as people. You're agents of God who, through sheer willpower, paved the road for my life. You sent Kachu, my aunt, and Amma for Carnatic lessons, and you imbued them the principles of self-respect and ambition. You raised the two powerful women who would then raise me. Both of you taught me to seek that which exists beyond my grasp, to never be constrained by the artifice of self-perception. To my number one supporters, thank you. To Alamuma, I like to think that you're watching from above, shifting the odds perpetually in my favor. Every day, then, is a blessing from you. Thank you. To Alipupa, you're a big reason the way I am. It's my paternal grandfather. The high IQ, the charm, the crippling self-awareness, and existential angst. Your pure intellectual curiosity and drive can be found in your sons, the two fathers who have raised me. We've jokingly dubbed it the Panicker genes. Thank you. Mom and Dad, Amanacha, platonic ideals. I'm made from the same marble as my dad, and I was blessed to be sculpted and molded by my mom. I can stand here all night and talk about them and really not scrape the surface. That being said, Mom, thank you for your good looks. Dad, thank you for your charming personality. No accolades, no titles, nothing I ever do will make me more than the son of Baiju and Bintu. It is and forever will be my highest honor. I love you guys. Thank you. Kachi and Ernie, my aunt and uncle, also platonic ideals. In every sense of the way, they are my parents. Most people only have one set, but I'm inconceivably blessed to have two. My inheritance doesn't stop with just Amanacha. My uncle is my intellectual equivalent. I don't say that lightly. But his curiosity and his creative drive have been models for me to follow since my birth. His constant penchant for questioning the status quo, to always improve, infinite striving. Not only Mridangam, but on a macroscopic scale of changing the world just beyond working a 9 to 5. I mean, I wish I could take credit for the designs and the aesthetics you see today, but this is all his brainchild. I'm his creative protege, and thank you for everything. The words don't really contain it and do it justice. My aunt is the source of all the music in my life. Even before she sparked my musical journey, Kachu always was and is this being of pure kindness. I, more than any other human, have tested her patience and her limits, and every time I'm met with nothing more than the purest form of motherly love. Thank you for starting and guiding my Mridangam journey. Thank you for being my mom. Kachi and Ernie, I love you guys. Thank you. Sri Ram, you might be the handsome brother, and the athletic one, and the talented one, and the one mom and dad love more, and the socially well-adjusted one, but you're not the tall one. Everything I do is a testament to how much more you can do. I can't wait to see what you're capable of. And we're at the age now, like you said, where we're starting to see each other as people. I'm glad that we see each other as best friends. You're the Robin to my Batman, my brother from the same mother. I love you, buddy. Thank you. Sri Lakshmi, do your fingers hurt? Fingers probably hurt. People call you the smartest panicker, and you know what? Fine. But it wasn't a tough competition, okay? In a lot of ways, we're very similar. You're wise beyond your years. You're effortlessly brilliant. You're beautiful. Very similar. But out of all my sisters, you're my favorite. Thank you for, just sitting down and shitting around and all the advice you've given me. Thank you. Shrikesh. Most of the time, everyone always looks at Sriram, Sri Lakshmi, and I, and they see a huge gap between us and Shrikesh. Make no mistake, he will probably be the greatest out of all four of us. He's precocious. He's diligent. He's this ball of pure wit and sarcasm. It's easy for me to forget that we're only 11 years apart. He embodies the best found in the other three of us. Love you and thank you, little bro. Veena Chichi and Vikas Ayrton. Where are you guys? All right, they're probably backstage. Thank you guys for being cool. I don't mean that in like the leather jacket designer clothing cool, but for effortlessly being the calm, collected counterparts to my dad, mom, Kachu, Indrani. You guys are dreamers who live outside the box, the ones who make everything a party, no matter what. You guys taught me the blessing of finding the absolute fun in the absolute mundane with ease. For this help, for everything up until now, thank you. I also want to thank Anya Mavan, Sumanti, Jyotish Uncle, Jayanti Chechi, Meenakshi Pallavi, for all the extended family that could come today. The immigrant struggle is a lot about bridging the physical space between us and home with family. I was glad I could spend these these few days enveloped, in the security of filial love. Miranti, Sadish Uncle, Amama, Anjali, Archana, Ashanti, I honestly don't know what to say. Thank you for putting up with us. If it makes any difference, it's a thank you with capital letters. The Panicker family is very weird, zany, and obnoxious, but the Sundars are just as weird. But I don't mean that as an insult. You guys are a second home for us, the second family. Each one of you is irreplaceable to us. We love you guys. Thank you. Yidanti, Murli Uncle, Vilas, Anjana. We love you just as much as the Sundars. It's not a competition. But that's the gist of it, right? You guys are also the second home. You are also just as much the second family. You guys have been and will be role models for us, for each and every one of us. As a family, we aren't strong or renowned for strength found in isolation, right? It's the shared filial bonds between us that I like to think is the basis upon which we've done everything, right? That conjoined family is a godsend. Thank you, guys. Vijay Uncle, Bindu Auntie, Adi, Riya, another second home, another second family. There are no Panickers without the Nambiars, without the Nayars, without the Sundars. I mean, it's really no wonder why my parents don't want to leave Michigan. You guys are the epitome of humor and fun-loving. I remember every day I spent living with you guys as like a non-stop party, whether it be biking with Vijay Uncle, or eating Bindu Auntie's cooking while she made fun of us and other aunties, followed by playing with Adi and Riya. I love you guys, and thank you. Needless to say, I probably wouldn't be anywhere if it weren't for my friends. Actually, I'd be far more emotionally healthier and well-adjusted without you guys, but hey, what's the point of having friends if they don't keep you perpetually grounded? I want to thank Vivek Nair, Kyriakos Vlakos, Juhi Kata, Anand Prabhu, Karthik Bandarkar, Jonathan J. Tulake, Brian Chan, Neil Kandwala, Rishabh Nayak, James Obermeyer, Sean Hu, Zenny Chu. Thank you guys all for putting up with me, for being my closest friends for the last 8 years. You guys knew me before I became so tall and charming, I wish. And you still have the audacity to become friends with me. I wish I had some good jokes to cover up how sappy I'm being right now, but each and every single person on the list has become an indelible part of who I am. I'll forever love each and every single one of you. Thank you guys. I want to give a special shout out to Karthik and Brian for being my roommates and putting up with all my 4 a.m. practice sessions. Although it's not that big of a thank you because their sleep schedules are just as bad as mine. And to my Michigan Sahana squad. What's up, party people? I'd be an idiot if I didn't thank you guys. All of you guys are the cool college friends that people want to make when they think of college. You guys push me artistically as a leader, as an individual, and as like a general, well-collected person, I guess. But beyond blanket statements, you guys gave me a home. Thank you Kiki, Pranav, Raghav, Sai, Ramya, Harnoor, Srihari, Kira, Sanjeev, the 2 Sahanas. Who else am I forgetting? I hope I'm not forgetting anyone. Yeah, I'm not forgetting anyone. Special shout out to Kritika for being one of my closest friends, for late night jam sessions, and for managing all my mischief. For everyone that helped today, I'm indebted. It's a debt I can't really pay back because every time, the time you have spent invested in me is the highest luxury, right? Every second you have spent working on this concert, I hope it's been worth it. Like I said, the event seems just like a spotlight on me, but the truth is far from it. It's a testament to community, to culture, to friendship. I hope I made you guys proud, and so thank you so much. That goes to Rajesh Uncle and Devi Kanti. This wouldn't have happened without you guys. You guys were critical to all of this coming together. Thank you. You know, Rajesh Uncle, Deepthi Auntie, Jason Uncle, Bindu Auntie, Ravi Uncle, Pradeep Uncle, Priya Auntie and Mahesh Uncle, Subhash Uncle, Jolish Uncle, Jayanti Auntie, Priyanti Auntie. Thank you guys all so much. I just want to give a round of applause to them. I also want to thank Premise Uncle and Rennie Uncle for, taking care of the photos, photography, and all this stuff. But beyond that, you guys are still artistic individuals who managed to really pursue your passions, right? Regardless of how everything else works, I think that's truly inspiring, right? Because it's easy to be bogged down by the mundane aspects of real life. So you guys are inspirations. To Jay Shankar Uncle, I don't know if anyone's told you this, but you're really good at violin. You're exceptionally good. But all jokes aside, thank you for gracing us and me today with your accompaniment. It's a privilege and honor to share the stage with someone like you. But for me, it doesn't really stop there. For me, Jay Shankar Uncle was always the litmus test of how true I stayed to Carnatic music. Every time I met him, at every concert or every time I performed, he'd always ask me the same question. Are you practicing hard or are you hardly practicing? And I thought he was joking at first, but there was this constant incentive to get better, to show Jay Shankar Uncle, to finally perform with him. I hope it was enough practice. Thank you for today. Thank you for keeping it real with me and reassuring me after a few missed Tirmanams and a few wrong Kodavais. Thank you for keeping me in check. Thank you so much, Jay Shankar Uncle. To Sri Wilson Uncle, I'm not gonna lie, this whole event still hasn't really registered with me yet. You're a celebrity, you're an Oscar-nominated composer, you're a professor in agriculture, you're Nayatankara Vasudevan's shining student. You're this gifted, prodigious singer. Knowing you probably don't care too much about all these titles, but that's exactly the point. To me, you're Sri Wilson Uncle. You came all the way here for 4 days simply to perform with me. You sat down with me to practice with this impenetrable calmness. You accelerated my journey, showing me the intricacies of accompaniment with a smile on your face. I'm fortunate, lucky, blessed, you name it, to have you be part of this journey. Now and forever, thank you. I can never forget the lessons you passed on to me. On behalf of the Panicker family, thank you for blessing us with your presence. On my behalf, thank you for making me a better musician. I hope I made you proud. To Sambhyanti, I know you aren't the biggest fan of funny speeches, but honestly, being funny is the only redeeming trait I have, all right? What can I say that hasn't been said before? Right off the bat, thank you for setting the full schedule, planning, protocol from the very beginning. Your advice is a much-needed beacon in this dark path. So from me, thank you for the chai, thank you for the food, thank you for the text this morning that just told me to relax and stay in control. Every time we met, your compliments on my playing was the fuel to my motivation and practice. That is the highest acclaim to hear it from you. For everything, thank you. To Jay Singham Uncle, we go way back. I have to hand it to you. I'm forever in awe and beyond thankful. Oh, perfect, okay. I'm forever thankful for what you've done for me. You took this excited, obnoxious 8-year-old and you turned him into this excited, obnoxious 21-year-old who now knows how to play mridangam. You kept me engaged. You showed me the passion that turned practice and work into fun. You gave me the framework for this beautiful journey. I don't know if you were able to watch the performance, but I hope you did. I hope I was able to live up to the sky-high expectations you always had for me. Every note and stroke is a devotion and testament to both you and Rajashekar uncle. I'm grateful to have had you as my guru. Thank you. Last, but certainly not least, Rajashekar uncle. What's up, man? Seemed a little touch and go there for a second, I know. Rajashekar uncle, you are truly unfazed, and you had absolute faith in me throughout this entire process. Or, you have the best poker face I've ever seen. This one is going to take me a while. Here, words will fail me. They can never capture the sheer magnitude of my admiration, of my respect, of my gratitude for you. None of this would have happened without you. You have been, are, and always will be the Guru and Mata Pita Guru Devi. You see me at my worst, you see me at my best. In my lowest moments of anger and frustration, you maintained that calm smile and kept me playing. In my best moments of playing, you maintained that calm smile and kept me playing. You and your teachings have forever ingrained themselves into who I am. With you, as you like to say, every moment is a learning experience. For me, every moment is a blessing. Every class, every smile, every mistake I make, they're all blessings. Truth be told, I was very intimidated of Rajashekar uncle when I first met him. Even though I was 12, he was impervious to all my wisecracks and jokes. He maintained his zen, stoic demeanor, interested in only my practice. But as every year went by, the more I understood him, the more he understood me. We started laughing more. In him, I see the God who has committed himself to my improvement, to my betterment. In Rajashekar uncle, I see a God who believes in me. It is the purest form of admiration between a guru and a sishya. It is my blessing that you are my guru. Thank you. Thank you for the years. Thank you for every lesson, for every korve. Thank you for sticking with me through thick, through thin, the one time I put on 40 pounds and I got really fat. Thank you for every gem of wisdom. Thank you for guiding me. Thank you for consoling me during my errors. Thank you for pushing me to improve during my successes. This performance today is only made possible by my gurus and is dedicated to my gurus. I hope I made you proud. Rajashekar uncle, words aren't doing it justice, but thank you for everything. Everyone else, thank you for coming. I hope you enjoy the show. Now that I'm done talking, let's eat.